my son, I'm loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Yeah, 180. Hey, watch the slant. Watch tight end. Tight right. Hey, four down. Kill. 25. Check 28. What is it?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Check. 59.
In your face.
First down. It's Young, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Here we go. 56.
On third down, Young, and he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And the Buccaneers first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
At the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Ready? 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Run. Check 50. Check 50. He's checking. Crash. Checked up.
On second down now, it's Young. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. They'll run on first down. Logan. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On second down, it's Young. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Buccaneers 7, Panthers 0.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Come on, Shaq. Get that quarterback.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Check. 8.
On 2nd and 9, Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Right there. 56. Rip right.
On first down, Young. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll try the left side. Young. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Young, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll drop the throw. Open man is Ross, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A 12-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Buccaneers.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Young, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Ready? Great. No chance. Chance. Hey! Chance. 20. Mike 54. Mike.
On 1st down, it's Newton. He's going to look deep for more. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Back to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Young. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Buddy up. 56. Check 56. I got you. I got you.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down, Buccaneers.
Under 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll look to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability.
And Owen coughed it up.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I'm going to run you over. Mike's 50, Mike's 54.
Check pass.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check. Gun. Great. 46 to Mike, 46. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Michael Palardy now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken from just outside the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Here we go. Push the elbow. And we got to get to the ball, Jim. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 1st down, Young. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Young. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his second touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go.
They'll run on first down. It's Young. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know them.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
It's just me and you. Hey! It's just me and you. Watch twins. Showing up. Check. Henry. Flash down. I get it.
Here's Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Check. Watch 54. Come on. You better bring it.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
I'm going back to you. Mike 54. It's our time. Patch 20. Rush in. Shoot. Express.
The shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Check 4. 20. Check. Lucky. Great. Check 24. Watch 24.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ready? 180.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Set. Look at it. Mike 5-4. Check 52.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Panthers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw, Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. A very solid gain of 27. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive. But on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Young. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Carlton Davis picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. T.J. Green with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and nice play by them on defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now again, right side. It's Logan. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a 1st down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. On 1st down, Young. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some team.
And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for John Ross. Incomplete. He was covered by Trey Boston.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Now the give, right side. Logan. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Buccaneers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.